Good evening, guys. We are going to start in 2-3 minutes. Okay. Till then, let everyone others also join. Then we are going to start. Good evening, everyone. Let me just know that how many of you haven't presented their project yet and they have completed it, because presentation is important and all of you have to present the project which you have created per week. Okay. So let me just know that how many of you have not presented it and they have completed it, so that I can start with the presentation and then just complete the little bit of JavaScript. Okay. So let me just know about that first, because only few students have shown me the project. I have the list of them. So, others also have to present their project. So let me just know, just response in chat box that how many of you have shown it and how many of you haven't. Vinay, okay, okay. Uh, and what about others? So Subramaniam, Venkata Subramaniam, have you completed it now?
Yes, sir, I completed.
Okay, so you would like to present it today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before
Sure.
starting, let me just also see that how many of them have not completed it.
Okay, sir. I need
Okay,
two
because
2 minutes, sir. I have.
Okay, no problem. Because everyone, those who have joined the session from tomorrow session, they have to also complete the first week project. Okay, all the recorded sessions you have the access for them, as the link is already shared in your respective group for that. Okay, so please try to just do that. Okay, okay, no problem, Vatsal. But and also it is mandated that you join the session from laptop. Okay, in case there is an emergency and some important work, that then only you can join through mobile. But from next time, please remember that you have to join the session from your laptop. Okay, and I can see like there are many new students: Isha, Purnima, Sakshi. So you guys also have to actually present the first week project. Okay, it is basic simple HTML and CSS based web page which you have to create, and the list is already shared in your group. So if you have not get that list, then please text me, I will share it again in your groups. Okay, so just let me know about that. Here also you can just put the message in the chat box that have you got it or not. Okay, now just a minute, let me share my screen first. Okay, so let me check that missing. Okay, Purnima, so you have not got the project list, right? Okay, guys, just let me know that how many of you are joining the session for the first time or the second time. Just let me know about that. Just raise your hand. You can raise your hand also. Okay, okay, okay. Now I got it. Okay, so I guess your group is AI10 or what? Just put your group name in the chat box so that I can share uh, the project list in your group. So I guess it is AI10. Just let me know. I'm not getting any response from you guys like Isha and Purnima. Okay, it is A9. In A9, I have shared the group project, but okay, I will share it to you. Otherwise, you can message me for that. Okay, like in group. Vinay, why you are not in group? Then how you are joining the session if you are not in a particular group? From where you are getting the links? Okay, so we are going to. Okay, okay. So guys, we are going to actually start with our today's session. Okay, and all the doubts regarding this I will take in upcoming time. So let's start where we have left. We have covered about different function over there in JavaScript. What is arrow function? What is lexical scope, template, literal? These things we have covered in the yesterday session. Akash, you want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay. Yes, so that already we have covered. Today I will tell you about what is objects in JavaScript. Okay, so I guess my screen is visible. So let's start. Here is my VS Code. I am just writing about what is your object. So today we are going to see about objects, how we declare an object, how we can access their values. This, let me do it in text.js. Wait, we are going to learn about objects. Okay, now in objects, first of all, object works on key value attribute. Key value means whenever you are going to define a particular object, suppose let users. This users will be called as an object if the syntax will look like this. Okay, means you are defining a curly parenthesis over there, and inside this braces, what you are going to do? Just a minute. Okay. Inside this, what you have to do, like if I'm going to provide my name over here, like name, bunch. Okay. So this is known as key and this is known as its value. So this is key value pair. Okay. So that's how you can define a particular object element. Suppose if I want to add my city. So like this, I can add the city over here. Okay. And other thing also, if you want to add some more thing like is admin true or false. If you want to store a boolean value over here, you can also do that. Okay, so I am writing over here is true. So this is known as key. This is known as its respective value. This is a key value attribute and this is known as object. Object is very useful in JavaScript also. As you can see here, you can defining the structure accordingly as per your requirements. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are just going to see that how can we access the value of a particular object. Suppose if I want to get the output of my name. So how can I print that? So for that, I am going to use console.log. Okay. And inside it, what is your object name? It is users. Users.name. This dot operator is used for calling a particular entity from your object. Okay. So if I am going to execute this, then let's see what we will get as an output. Okay. So for this, I am going to use index.nodespace index.js. Okay, so here are you able to see that I am getting my name. This bunch is coming over there as an output when I am using this like users.name. So it is going to users and appending through dot with the value of name. Okay, like if suppose if you want to have the output for your city, so how can you do that? Like this. Okay, so suppose if I'm going to re-execute this statement, then now it will tell me first my name and then the city of me. Okay, so this is how you can do that. Also, there is one more method. Like here, I am using this dot operator over there to get a particular value. Suppose if I want to use a syntax like this, where inside this I am going to user section and defining a array and calling my name. So let's see, is it working or not? Okay. So just a minute, let me close it. Let me re-execute it. Uh, yes. Hello, Venkata.
ఎవరన్నా
Not getting your voice. You can put the query in the chat box. Actually, I'm not able to hear you properly. And guys, you can just raise down your hands if you there is no doubt at your end. Okay. So this is, are you able to see like this way is also to access the name from a object. Here what I am doing using the object name. After that, instead of dot, I am using a arrow. Okay. And in that I am specifying the name of that particular thing from which I want to access the content. Okay. So right now you can see here Vansh is coming over there. So this is how you can declare an array and you can get output accordingly. Now, this is actually what you have done. You have defined fields like name, city, is, and mean. Now we are going to see that how we can declare the methods in object. Methods means function. So methods in object. Now we are going to see about this. Please everyone try to execute the code simultaneously at their end. As I have already told you that whatever I am doing, you just have to take the screenshot from your system, okay? And then you have to paste it over here in the chat box. As no one has the access to just upload the screenshot from the gallery. So they have to paste it over here like this, Control V, and then send it to me. Okay, so that I can check that how many of you are executing the code simultaneously. So please note that and you have to do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I am creating one more object having name car. Inside this, I have to declare a function and let's see that is that function can be called by as an object or not. So suppose here I am taking a brand name like Tesla, for example. Okay, now what I'm going to do after this, I am actually calling a function like drive is my function. Now I will write the function definition for this. This is like function. And inside this, what I'm going to do, I'm just consoling something. Console.log. Suppose you can say driving. Okay, like driving. Okay, great, Vishal. Good. Okay, so this is what I have done over here. What is this? What we are learning? We are learning methods in object, means how to define a function in object so that if you call it through its key name, then it will provide you the output accordingly. Okay, so here what we are doing, this drive has the value of this function. Okay, so this function is actually declared in your derive attributes. So for that, how I can call it? Now to calling for calling it, I can use car, the object name dot the at key value which is there. So key is drive in which the function is saved. So I am just calling it and as it is a function, so I have to use the function parameters over there. So let's see, are we getting our output or not? So for that, let me just clear the terminal, then it will be more visible. Now are you able to see that when I am calling this drive, okay, so it is triggering this particular function which is stored as a key value over there, okay, and providing us the output accordingly, which is driving. So this is how you can define a particular method in your objects also. Quite easy, I guess. Okay, great, Akash. What about others? Only Vishal and Akash is sharing their screenshots. Are you able to execute it? Quite simple. Now when we are going to start with React, then actually the actually it is also easy, but you are going to enjoy those sessions also. So for that, just share the output, and if anyone is facing any issue regarding the outputs and what is going on, they can just raise their hand. They can use the chat box and provide their query so that I can understand that is there an issue at their end or what problem they are facing. Okay, so don't hesitate, just use this platform for your benefit. If you are joining the session, then my motive is to provide you as much knowledge as I can. Okay, so still only Akash and Vishal have shared it. What about others? That screenshot button not working in my laptop. Okay, no problem, Venkata. Okay, Harsh, so let me just explain that what I was saying. First of all, I am telling you about object, that in JavaScript, how you are going to define a particular object. Okay. So here, first of all, what is happening? Actually, object is a collection of different entities. Like here, you can see you are storing some values using their key and then their value. Like if you want to get to access a particular brand value, then instead of this, you can call the brand and it will actually provide you the value for it. Okay, so this is how we are using object. Now in object, everything must be in key and value pair. Okay, as you can see, this brand is actually the key and this value of Tesla is actually its value for that particular key. Now if I want to call a particular key uh, of a object, then it will provide me the output. As you can see, if I am going to write here, like, car is what? Car is our object name. In our object, I want to see the output of my brand name. Okay, this is what I want to do. So when I'm going to execute this, are you just a minute? Let me just. Okay, so here, see what I'm going to do. I have to console.log. Okay, and inside it, I am going to actually just a minute. I guess there is someone. Okay, wait. Good, Hasini. Yes. So this is what now we want. Suppose in console.log, I want to get the output of my brand name. Then how I can do that? I just have to use my object name, then the value which I want to access. So for brand, I want to access the value. So that's why I am calling it. Now when I'm going to run it, so it is providing me Tesla. So are you able to see from where this car.brand is providing me the value Tesla? So first of all, the control will pass to this car object. Then using this dot operator, it will search for this brand key over there. Okay. If the key is there, it will tell you the value for that particular key, like Tesla. So that's why we are getting Tesla. Suppose if I change something like brand one is there and I will search for brand, then it will be not accessible because you are searching for something which is not defined. So that's why you are getting the output like undefined. Are you able to see why we are getting undefined? Because you are searching for, you have defined brand one and you are searching for only brand. So it is not finding that where it is defined. So that's why we are getting undefined over here. I guess it is clear. Let me just check what you are facing. Okay. Like, see, what is your name? Vishal. Actually, here the problem is you are using the name of your object as cat. And when you are calling that, you are using car over there. So that's the actually causing the problem over there. Okay, so just there is a typo mistake. Remove that and you will get the output. Okay. Okay, that's great. Akash. Okay, okay, good. So is it clear to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, great, great. Good. Now we are going to see like how we can use loops in JavaScript. Basic one, but still get giving you an idea about that. For example, for everyone is familiar with the programming languages like C, C++, Python. So I guess it is easy for you to digest. So let I equal to 0. Okay, then what we have to do, this is the initialization phase. After this, we will provide a condition till when my loop will keep going. Okay, so here I am missing semicolons. Okay, now after initialization and condition, you have to set a particular iteration which will execute your loop in that particular way. Okay, so incrementation you have to do. Here you are incrementing the loop. So for this loop, what I want the value of I. Like here, I value start from 0 and it will be less than 5. So less than 5 is actually 4. So from 0 to 4, it will increase one by one. Like I plus plus will go from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, so on to 4. So here I am printing that console.log, and here what I'm going to do, I'm just printing my value of I. So now let's try to execute it. Okay. So for execution, let me clear the terminal. Then let's try. Okay. So are you able to see that we are getting the 0 to 5 over here because we are using for loop, and it will check the condition. Until the condition is true, it will try to execute the code. Otherwise, we will get the and otherwise it will come out from loop. Similarly with while loop. So let's see about while loop. While loop that I equal to 0. Okay. And while I is less than 3. While runs until the value written inside the condition is true. Okay. So it will run until the value is less than 3. Now here what I'm going to do? Here I am going to console.log the value of I. And after this, I plus plus means I am incrementing the value of I so that after some time this condition get false when I becomes 3 and it will come out of loop. Okay. So I guess it is quite simple and you are getting it that what we are doing. So let's try to execute it also. So here it is. See, from 0 to 4, this is the output from your for loop. Okay. So this is coming from this loop. And after that, what is happening? Like, let me just provide a console over here. Console.log coming from, okay. Let's start while loop. Okay. Okay. Now let's try to execute it one more time. Okay. So here from 0 to this, let me just resize it. Yeah. From 0 to 4, it is coming from for loop, and from 0, 1, 2, it is coming from while loop. Okay. So this is how you can use loops. If loop, you also know about that. What is the structure for it? If the condition is true, till then it will execute. Otherwise, the command will be shared to your else part. Okay. So this is the structure for your if else loop. So this is how you can do that. And it is quite easy. So I'm not wasting much time over here. Let me just check. Okay, great. Akash, good. Hasina, Vishal, good. Great, guys. Great. Okay, now we are going to just create a simple button. Okay, like uh, let me just erase all over the things written over here. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to write a code, simple code for creating a button, having a increment button, having a decrement button, and according to that, the value of the counter will increase or decrease. Okay, if you are going to click on that increment button, the value will increase. Otherwise, if you are going to click on the decrement button, the value are going to decrease. Okay, so basically we are going to create some buttons, and based on that button, the value of counter will change. So for that, let me just write my boilerplate first. So this is known as boilerplate in HTML. Those who are watching the sessions from first day, they have the knowledge of it now, that this tells the document is of HTML type. Okay. Then this metadata, which is telling us that the encoding is done by character by character. Okay. The title is document. And now instead of document, let me name it increment, in INC for increment and DEC for decrement. Okay. Now see what we are going to do. First of all, in body section, I am going to provide a H2 tag. Suppose here I am going to use JavaScript counter app. Okay. Because why we were learning JavaScript, it provides dynamic nature to our website. So let's see that how we can perform some dynamic things using JavaScript. Okay. So this is a basic example, JavaScript counter app. Okay. This is what we are creating. For this, what we need, first of all, a button. Now, this button is actually my decrement button. And what it will do, on clicking this button, it will call a function which has the property of decrement, that how the things is going to decrement. Okay, you have initialized a button, and when a user is going to click on that button, then this action will happen. Now this action is what we have to define. So for now, right now, let me just provide a function over here that it will call my decrement function. Is it clear? Okay. So the button is done. Now I want to give a button symbol over here. So suppose it is a decrement button. So I am using minus here. Okay. Which is telling me that the button is decrement. This is the decrement button sign. Now, after this button, I want a value which I can actually increment or decrement. Okay. So for that, I am using a span tag over here. Okay. And giving it a ID. I have tell you the concept about it already. So this ID is actually help me when I am going to write JavaScript so that through this ID, I can set the value of my counter. Okay. Initially, this is set to 0. Okay. What we have done till now, that first of all, I have created a simple heading which will tell me that this is the JavaScript counter app. Then I'm creating a button and on click, it will perform something. Right now, I have not declared the function like not I have not provided that what this function is going to do. But I am telling to others that whenever they are going to click on this button, this function will get execute. What is the function? Decrement. Okay. And the symbol is of minus. Then a counter after the button. Suppose this there is a minus button, then there is some value, and after that a plus button. So through this minus button you are going to decrease the value of your counter, and through this plus button you are going to increase the value of that counter. So now what we have to do, we have to create a button which will increment. Okay, so for that I'm going to use button and then on click operation. This is my on click. What it will do, call my increment function. Okay, so suppose I am going to write a code for increment function also, that how it will increment something, and the symbol for increment button is plus. Okay, I guess it is clear. Now the values of this increment function and this decrement function, I am going to write the code for them in another file, which is my index.js. Okay, because here I have to use a bit of JavaScript so that the value can change. So for that, what I am doing, I am coming from index.html to index.js, which is my JavaScript file. Now suppose I have to, what I have to do? I guess this is clear to everyone that there is nothing. First of all, you are creating a button having minus over there and it will call the decrement function. Then there is another button which is increment function and have a symbol of plus. Okay. Now you are going to write the code of this increment and decrement function, that how they are going to work under the hood in index.js. So for that, so first of all, to increase the count, let me start it with 0 so that I can change its value accordingly. Now let's define the function increment first. Here I am going to write the code about my function increment. Okay. So here it is. Wait. Yeah. Now in function increment, what I have to do? I have to, whenever user is clicking on that button, the count value must increase. Okay. This is the way increment functionality will work. Now I have changed the value, but also I want to show this value in my web page. So for that, what I can do, I can use document dot get. Are you able to see that here we have defined a particular ID for my counter? Okay. So I will access document dot get element by ID. As the name is suggesting, what it will do, it will get a particular element by its ID. Okay. So here we have already defined the ID is counter. Okay. So we have to name over here also that get element by ID, where ID is what? Counter. Just a minute. Yeah. Uh, Here we are. Okay. So what is our value of ID? It is counter. So till now you have accessed the value of your counter. It is the actual value, which is 0 right now. Now what I'm going to do, I will say that change its inner HTML, like inner, change its inner HTML value. Not inner HTML, it's inner text, whatever is written inside it. change its inner text to the current value of count, which is stored in my count variable. Okay. So let me just tell you that what we have done in this section. First of all, I guess this is clear that when a user is going to click on this increment button, according to us, the value should increment by 1. Okay. So for that, we are now writing that how it is going to increment by 1. Now see here, the function is called. Okay. What you have done, you have incremented the value by 1. This is actually the code through which the value will come from 0 to 1. Okay. Now this line, understand this line, document dot get element by id. What this will do, it will actually change the value of this 0. What it is doing, that it will get the document having an id which is counter. Okay. So it is targeting this particular element having id counter. Okay. Now it is changing its inner text. Dot inner text, like change the inner text from whatever it is to the current value of count. So this is how you have to write a particular function for changing something. I guess it is clear. Now similar thing we can write for our decrement function, decrement. Okay. And in this function, what we have to do? Same thing. Like first change the value of count to like decrease the value by 1. So for that, I can write count equal to count minus 1 or count minus minus. These are equivalent things. Now similarly, document dot get element by ID. And inside that, I have to provide that ID name, which I have set to counter. Okay. And then change the inner text, and how you have to change the inner text to the current value of your count. When I will run this code one time, then it will be more clear to you that how the things are working. Okay, so don't worry about that if someone is not getting it right now. Now see, this is the code written in another file, and this one is the code written in another file. If I have to link both of them, then what I am going to do, I will link my JavaScript to my HTML in the body section like this. Here, what I'm going to do, here I will append that code over here. So for that script, so script is like script source, SRC stands for source. And now I have to give my file name, which is index.js. Okay, is it clear? After that, just close this tag. Wait, I have to close it outside it. Have you, after closing it? Okay, so this is now how you have linked it. The code written in your index.js is now accessible in your this file. Okay. This is our index.js. In my index.html, what I have written, I have just appended it. Okay. And this is index.js. It is showing me some error. Just a minute. Let me save it. Wait. Okay, what we have done here, let's see one more time, like increment the count value to 0. After that, defining our function increment, and it is using our document.getElement by ID, having name counter, and changing the inner text to what? To count. But whatever the count in right now value is, it will append it over there. Okay, same thing we are doing for it. Okay, so now let's try to execute it and then let's see what we are getting. So let me clear it. Let me save both the files. Now for running it, node space index.js, or I have to also see the output on web page. So I am using go live over here. Okay, so here it is. Are you able to see like this JavaScript counter app is coming? The counter is coming, but not linked it properly. Wait a minute. I guess.
Sir, function parenthesis is required in decrement function.
Wait. Okay. Like here I have used this. Oh, sorry. Actually, I have missed the function parenthesis. Good. Who said about this? Hasini. Great, Hasini. Good. That's great. Okay. So let me try it one more time. So now if you can see that if I am incrementing the value, it is incremented. If I am decrementing it, wait, I have to save it, I guess. One more time, just a minute. Let me re-execute it. Okay. So now if I will increment, it is incrementing and not working for my decrement function. Let me just check my decrement function one more time. If the spelling is increment, yes, here this decrement is not fetching. Wait, wait, what is the error? Just a minute, it is not rendering actually my decrement function. As you can see here, the name is not changing.
Hello.
Yes,
Sir, it should not be a string, I guess. Like you have on click and then within the quotation mark you have
yes,
decrement.
no, but like here you can see for increment, we have to provide like that.
I
Uh,
just
Hmm.
redeclared this.
yes, I am just changing its name from decrement to dec. Okay. And then go, let's see that is it working then or not. So I am just changing it like this because one function is working means that the file is linked properly. So let me just see one more
Sir, I
time.
got it. You have misspelled the on click.
What?
You have misspelled the on click keyword.
Okay. Oh yeah, there. Sorry. That's a typo.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Wait, let's see now. Okay, now it is working. Actually, sorry, there was a typing mistake. So okay, so are you able to see that when you are clicking on this increment button, it is incrementing the value, and when you are using this decrement button, then it is decrementing the value. So this is how you can create simple dynamic portion. So this is known as dynamic part. This is what you can't do through your CSS and HTML alone. Okay, so for that you need JavaScript so that it can change your behavior of the web page. So I guess it is clear. Let me just see the output. Okay. Good Vishal, good Vatsal, good Hasini. Okay, that's great. And those students who have got the whatever the issue is, that's also great. It specifies that how carefully they are watching. So that's good, guys. So I need output from every end. Just let me paste the code over here in the chat box. This is your JS file code. Okay, and then I will sharing the HTML code. So just provide me the output in the chat box because 15 to 16 students have already joined. So I am just seeing the output of few students. Okay, good, Akash. What about others? Harsh, are you executing? Isha and who was the one who has joined today? Purnima, are you getting, guys? Okay, good, Hasini. Hello, Isha. Hello, Purnima. Am I audible to you? Okay, good. So you can also share the code, screenshot of your code or output in the chat box so that I can know that if there is any issue with you, then I can help in that. Okay, that's great. Okay. So after this, I am going to tell you that how you can locally set up React in your system. So first of all, okay, good, Harsh. Like Venkat is saying, can we store the counter value in local storage so it remain the same even after refreshing the page? No, why you want it to be remain same? Suppose if you are creating a app where the counter value, actually why you use counter, so that you can count multiple times. Whenever a reoccurrence will happen, it will actually provide you the output for that. Okay, suppose I am a user and I want to count something, then I can use the increment value. Suppose it will start every time from this 7, then how can I get the value from like according to me? Then another user will not get the value according to that. Okay, so if it is starting from 0, then it is good, because through this what will happen, that every time you want to add, count something, then it will show you the proper output for that. Okay. Okay, good, Jaya Brata. Okay, that's great. Now I am seeing the output from everywhere, so that's great. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you that what is React. Whatever we have done, we have covered basics of HTML, basics of CSS, basics of JavaScript also. Now today we are going to start with our React. So actually React is a JavaScript library, okay, which we can use to create the dynamic layout and a single page application. Okay, so that's why we use React, and it is very powerful, you can say, library through which you can see create a different component in your web page. Okay, here what we are going to learn, first of all, I am talking about them. We are going to cover that what is component, how many types of components are there, what is class component, what is functional component, why functional component class component was used earlier, and why functional component is used in modern days. So we are going to cover all this. Okay, so then what is hooks? Okay, type of hooks, like how many hooks are there, what is module, and everything we are going to see. But as you can see, we have a limited time, like only for 6 weeks, and every week we have to cover a particular thing. So I am not going to tell you about this from my end. Like here, if I am writing code, you can see that writing this bit of code is taking so much time. So for that, we are going to use a reference, and the reference will be W3 site, school site. Okay, so from W3 school, we are going to cover each and every section. Why I am taking that? Because there everything is in detail. Okay, so it will be also clear to you that how interviewer is going to ask some questions regarding the theoretical part of your React section. Okay, like there are many things which I am going to ask from you also, and you are going to learn about them also, right? Like right now, just let me know that how many of you have already have an idea about React. Just raise their hands, because we are going to start with the basics, so don't worry about that. Okay, Harsh, what about others? Okay, Isha, Vishal. Okay, that's great. So Hasini, okay, that's great that many people have the idea about it. Okay, so if I am going to ask you question about them, now just only those students without chat GPT or anything, just let me know that how many of you have the answer for it. So why we use functional component now as compared like in modern days we are using functional component, but in traditional day we were using class component. So what is the thing from which we are using functional component right now? Anyone who knows the answer? No one have to actually Google that. Okay, it is, if you know, then it is good. If you not know it, then it's even better. Why? Because that's what we are going to cover. Okay, so from every small things we will go further.
Sir, can you
Okay,
repeat the question?
yes, Yes. Actually, I am saying that there is class component and functional component. Okay. So why functional component we were not using in earlier days? Because the syntax for class component was actually complex, but still we were using class components instead of functional components. So can you tell me the answer for that? In traditional days, why we were using class component over functional component?
Sir, because class component give more functionality like inheritance, polymorphism.
Uh,
So with an instance, we can call the other all the properties of particular class.
Vivek, I can't say this is the proper answer. It is quite a bit correct, but the main reason for that is there is something you are going to learn what is component and what is state. Class component has the access to your states from the earlier time, but functional component don't have the access to state. Okay, so that's why after the
Yes, sir.
invention of hooks, it will come to use. Now we are going to use functional components because the hooks are there, like use effect, okay, use state, use context, different hooks are there. So these hooks provides the functionality of accessing the state to functional component. So that's why we are in modern days using functional component over class component. Class component.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So these things, little bit things we are going to cover. Okay. So that's why I asked that how many of you have already learned React. Okay. So that it will be not like something for you which you are not done. Okay. So it will also be going to something new for you when we are going to cover that those sections that in depth. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now let me just do one thing, that in VS Code let's start a setup, local setup for our React plus Vite. Okay, so for that let me create a new folder. In a folder, creating a new folder. Here I am giving it a name, React Learning. Okay, selecting it. Now, how to set up the React is what we are doing now. Just a minute. Just open your terminal. Everyone has to execute the command simultaneously with me. So first of all, the command you have to do after creating a folder. As you can see, this is the empty folder. Okay. Now create this empty folder, and inside this empty folder, use a command create white or wheat, whatever you say, @latest. Okay. Wait. npm create @latest. Wait. Yes. So just execute this command like npm create @latest. Here it is. Just copy paste that over there. Okay. It is asking from us up about a project name. So give a project name like I am giving it demo. Okay. So provide a project name. After that, it will ask you to select a particular framework. Okay. React is a library. And now we are going to select a particular framework. Like here, it is asking us for selecting a framework, and it is providing us multiple options like vanilla, view, react, uh, React, lit, and solid, angular, others. But we are going to start with React. Okay. Now it is asking us for a variant. So variant, we are going to use which type of language. So right now everyone is familiar with JavaScript. So I am continuing with that. But in multiple projects, you are going to start with TypeScript. Okay. So I am starting with JavaScript. My framework, I have chosen it as React. Now what I have to do, you are going to see these three commands over there. Just execute them one by one. Like first cd space demo means right now I am inside my React learning folder. So just change the directory. Cd stands for change directory to demo means Now you are inside demo. Okay. So inside demo, just install this npm install. It will install those modules over there, which is required to set up your React locally. Okay. So as you can see, it is taking some time. Till then, do what thing? Through your extension section, just download ES7 React Redux. Like this is what you have to install. I have already installed it. So just try to install this at your end also. ES7 React Redux. This is what you have to install. Okay, I guess Rupsa is. Okay, good, Rupsa. Just install this also, ES7 React Redux. Okay. And then this npm create white at the latest, you have already done it. Okay. Now what you have to do after this, just run the command which is at the last, npm run dev. So I'm going to execute it, npm run dev. So it is saying that your localhost is started at 5173. So just use control and click over there to open the link, and you will see a page like this. So those students who are getting a page like this, just take the screenshot and share me that in the chat box. And those who are facing any error in that, let me know. We are going to see about that. Okay. Let me recap that what we have done. First of all, you have to use a command this npm create white at the latest. Then it will ask few questions from you, like what you want as your project name. So I have entered demo as my project name. Then it will ask select a framework. So for that we are going to use React. And then it will going to ask that what language you want. So I am continuing it with JavaScript because everyone of you are familiar with JavaScript here. Okay, so these things you have done. Now what you are going to do? Now you will use these three commands. You were getting these three commands at your end also, like cd space demo means change the directory to demo. So, okay, you are now inside your demo directory. After this, use the command npm install. Till then it is installing the dependencies or packages over there. Just do one thing, that from extensions, download this ES7 React Redux GraphQL. Okay. Now just run the server using the command npm run dev, and you will see output like this. So those who are facing a problem, then they can ask. Okay. How many of you have set up it? If set it up like that, then please provide me the output of this screen. Okay, great. Jaya Batra, Brata. What about others? If there is someone who is facing an issue regarding the setup, they can ask, because I know that there will be few who are getting the problem, but they are a bit hesitate while asking it. So don't hesitate, guys. Put your query, whatever the error you are facing, also share that so that I can resolve that. Okay. What about others? Have they installed it or facing any issue? Good, Harsh. Quite simple, but still important, because every time you are going to start a React project, you have to set up it like this. And then only you will be able to actually run your code, whatever you are going to write inside your React. Okay, good. Anyone who is not getting it, otherwise I will just ask you to share your screen. Okay, so if anyone is facing the or facing some error, then they can tell. Otherwise I will call one by one with their name, and they have to share their screen or otherwise the screenshot of the setup. Vinay, Okay, good Rupsa, good Vatsal. Okay. Okay, Vishal. Just if you want, you can share your screen. Otherwise, you can share the screenshot of the error. That's good that you are uh, telling that error is coming, because I know that for few of them also the error is coming, but they are not able to actually put their query, which is not good. So Vishal, just provide me the you can say output of your terminal, like what error is coming over there. Let me check. Wait. NPM start. Actually, no. NPM. Why you are using this NPM start to start your server? You can use actually. Don't change your start script over from here, like script section. If you want to do that, then in start you have to give node space index or whatever the file is there .js accordingly. Then you can just use this npm start over there. For right now, it is saying that this index is not there in the file which you want to run as your main script. So don't change this start script over there. Wait, is it? In the upcoming section, I will let you know that how you can do that. Okay, so don't worry about this. Right now, just start with npm run dev. And I will actually, it is a shortcut through which you can just use npm space start as to start your particular script. But you can write npm run dev. File can be loaded because running script is disabled. Yes, for few people's error like this will come. Like Sai is facing an error. For this, actually, you have to run a particular command as it is denying the access at your end. Okay, so for that, let me just a minute. Let me check that what is this file C program can be loaded because running script is disabled on this system. Okay, so the running script is actually disabled at your system. There is a command which you have to run for this. Okay, so just a minute, I will tell you that what is the command. Right now, just let me also see about others that what error they are getting. Okay, create white at the rate you are. So, okay, good, Harsh. Yes, when you want to start a fresh project, then you have to do that. Set up it. Still an error. Okay, so do one thing, just write config. Share your screen like Vishal. Share your screen, or you can do one thing like share your screen, create a new folder, and we will go step by step. Okay. And after that, we will come to you, sign. Okay. Don't worry. There is a command through which you can just resolve this error. Okay. For sign, it is saying that running script is disabled. I guess you have to run a query in command prompt, which starts like, okay, good Vivek. Actually, Sai, what you have, the command which you have to run is a bit long. It's like set execution policy and execution policy remote signed scope current user. So this will actually change the script for you. So you can just do one thing like from if I have to type it, or you can do one thing from ChatGPT, you can actually get this command. Okay. So just run that in your PowerShell, then this error will be resolved at your end. So just do this. Okay. There is a command. I am telling you the command like execution policy and remote sign scope current user. So this is the command you have to run in your PowerShell as an administrator. Okay. So you will actually get the access to run your script from anywhere then. Or if you want, I can type it. Good, Hasini. I guess now everyone is doing it, so that's great. Project not received. Uh, Sorry, not getting your doubt actually. Sai, please try to execute the command which I have shared in the chat box. Okay. Uh, in your PowerShell. No project means for week 1 or what? Anyone? So you have not created the project for week 1? Okay. In which group you are? Your group name? Okay, so Harsh and others who are new to the session, I am going to share a project file in your group. Okay, so these students who are from day one, they have created a 1 week, first week project using HTML and CSS. So you have also have to complete it. Okay, I will share it one more time in your group. Select any one project from there and complete it. Okay, it is a basic one, so it will don't take much time from you. Okay, so one more time, let me just wait. I'm sharing it with you that how you have to do that. Just a minute. Okay, guys, see, those who have not created week 1 project, they have to create a project from this list. I will share this list one more time in your respective groups. Okay, like here it is a personal portfolio website. Okay, then restaurant website, travel agency website, portfolio, photography portfolio. This is based on HTML, CSS, and bit of JavaScript. So please create that. As for the final certification, all weeks project is mandatory. Okay. And on this upcoming Friday, I am going to provide one more project to you. At the every Friday, I am going to give you a project, and on Monday you have to present that. So please try to complete it as soon as possible. Okay. So Jaya, Prata, just push this code to your GitHub, okay? And whenever and you have to present your project to me on Monday session, okay? If there will be few students left while for presenting their project, they can present me within the particular week of that project. And please keep this project in your GitHub. So whenever we are going to ask you to fill a Google form with the GitHub repository link, then you can share it with us, okay? Yes, or like you have to present it also here because I have to give the names for the final certification. So for those students who are regular in the session and actually showing me the projects, so I will give their name easily. And those students who are joining once in a week, then how can I know them and how can I actually give their name for the project? So attendance is also mandatory and also to present me the project is mandatory. So don't compromise with that, guys. Okay, great, Vishal. Now I guess you are getting it. What about you, Sai? Is the error fixed at your end? That let me know. Is Sai here? Yes. Okay. Well, hello, Subramanyam. Now I guess I have to take your presentation today. So is it complete? Or are you ready to present it to today? Because from tomorrow we are going to start React, so I am not going to take in between. First, you will get the offer letter. Don't worry about that. Okay, okay, great. Connected. Harsh, you have filled the form for the offer letter, which was shared in the group. Okay, okay. So you will get it, okay? Because there are multiple students, so it will take some time. So don't worry about that. You will get it uh, as you have completed all the asked things. Okay, so those who have not created the project, they have to actually pick one project out of this and complete it as soon as possible. Okay, guys, let me know that how many of you haven't created a project for week 1 right now. Rupsa, Sai, Jaya, Prata, and if, sorry guys, if I am not pronouncing your name correctly, you can correct me, okay? Okay, good. So those who are new, they will get an idea that how Venkata Subramaniam is going to actually uh, present his project. So accordingly, you have to present your project also after completing it. It is a good platform. Don't be afraid of that, okay? It will enhance your confidence and your presentation skills also. As I have already tell you about in yesterday's session, that how these things actually going to help you. Yes, now Venkata Subramaniam, over to you. All the best for your presentation. Just unmute your mic.
The screen is visible.
Wait, your voice is actually pretty low. Wait a minute.
Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, yes, it's
Sir, okay, sir, I am ready to present it, sir.
okay, okay. Just go ahead. All the best.
Good evening, sir. Today I am presenting my personal portfolio website project, sir.
Okay.
The goal of this project is to create a simple, responsive, and modern portfolio website. I can show my profile, my projects, and skills, experience certifications, sir. And I built this using HTML, CSS, and Java scripts. And it designed to work both on desktop and mobile devices with light and dark mode. So this is a dark mode, and this is a light mode. So,
Okay.
and about the code in VS Code, I use index HTML. So the main web page structure, sir, style CSS and script.js, project Johnson, assets, sir. In assets, I have add my profile photo and some projects photos. So. And,
Okay.
we call HTML defines the structure of portfolio, sir. CSS gives professional design, responsive layout, and dark mode, sir. In JavaScript, dynamically loads projects, enables light mode theme, toggle, sir. I mean, this is light mode and dark mode toggle, sir. And totally, the output of the portfolio is when I run this project on local server, open the browser, and output is this. This page is output.
Okay. Good.
That's also, and I have this is my code, sir. VS code. This is a hero section, sir. I mean, head. This hello, I am Subbu. This is using this hero section of this, sir. The skill sections, it is here, sir. And this is prior section,
Yes.
experience section,
Okay.
certifications, achievements, etc. And I have added contact section also, sir. This is Project Johnson code, sir.
Okay. Good.
And this is style, and this is style CSS. And dark mode, body, reset. Okay, that's all, sir. No?
Yes. Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
that's all,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Good, Subramanyam. Great work. And guys, now have you got the idea that how you have to present? Like, first of all, whatever you have
Sir,
created, you have to, yeah,
sir, can I ask one more question?
yes,
Sir, here Subramaniam at their experience in web development 2 years, 2 year experience. Sir, we can add experience here because of we don't work in any industry level industries. So can we add experience?
yes. Like if you are going to create portfolio, then like see here it's up to you that if you are working somewhere then you can provide the experience for that. Okay, right now he is using like 2+ years web development experience, but he has not mentioned any company name. So it is also like if you are learning something from 2 years, then you can also show it as your experience. But right now, if a company name is appended to it, then it will be actually a valuable experience. Otherwise it is like he is doing something from 2 years, so it is he has provided it as an experience. Okay, so after like completing something a internship over here, he can add that particular section over here, like experiences he has worked as a full stack developer at GNCIPL, like that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so
Thank you, sir.
yeah. And one more thing, guys, that as you are in your week one, so I will suggest you that every one of you have the LinkedIn ID. Okay, so please post this first week project in your LinkedIn, and also tag the company name over there. Okay, like Global Next Consulting Indian Private Limited, you are already added to that particular group. So you can tag the company name over there, just the company name. Okay, don't mention any mentor name or any other's name. You can only mention Anuradha ma'am, who is the director of this program. So you can actually mention them or the company name, so that it can also enhance your connections, because right now the build in public is actually very important thing. So I will suggest you to post that over there, and it's up to your choice that you want to do it or not, but I will suggest you can do that, so it will be a good thing. And also push this code to your GitHub so that your GitHub repository can be also maintained. So please remember these little things from first week so that there will be no problem at the end. Okay. Harsh, you want to ask something? So those, let me just do, wait a second. Let me provide the project list in the respective groups. Just a minute. So try to create in 1 2 days, guys, before till Friday. Let me see that what you have created. Then it will be helpful. A group one project. Okay, okay. Yes, you can do that. Wait, where is first project? So, guys, from tomorrow we are actually going to start with React Basic. That whatever is there, and for that we are going to use the reference of W3 website, because I have already told you the reason that there is limited time and we have to work structure in proper way. So from that I am going to elaborate each and every code part over there. I am going to explain the logic for that code, not like that we are going to copy and paste it there. I will first explain you on site W3 school website, like why they have written this thing of code, and then we will move to our VS code. There we will little bit change the code and execute it, and if there will be any error we are going to resolve it so that you can learn practically. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now I guess we are good to just wrap this session. Please maintain the
Sir,
attendance. Yeah.
kindly share one more time project file.
Yes, yes, I can. Just a minute.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Here it is, like personal portfolio website. You can take the screenshot, like it will help you. Otherwise, I am just sharing that in the groups. Uh, so don't worry about that. These are the project and these are the project. 20 list project is there. So I am also going to share it. Okay.
Okay,
Now
sir.
okay, okay. Okay. So guys, I guess we can wrap the session, and we are going to connect tomorrow at sharp 6 p.m. Please be on time, everyone. And those students who have any query, like how to complete the project, how to different things, they can message me accordingly. Okay, I will try to reply uh, and solve their doubts accordingly. So thank you so much for joining. I guess we can just close this session and you all can leave the session now. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Thank you, Venkatesh Subramaniam. Sai, are you there?
Is your issue resolved or what? Okay, so guys, you can leave the session. Vinay, Sai, Rupsa, Harsh, Akash,